It's your boy Indiana Bro, and this is the quest for T-Mac.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dancer, bringing you another NBA 2K15 pack opening in my team. Boy, this is a good one today. We got it has the makings of being a good one. Got Vince Carter out there. We got T-Mac Alicious out there. Dirty like a stack of dishes. Dropping all kinds of shots on heads back in his day, which wasn't too long ago. And I'm excited. I'm excited at the possibility of pulling one of these two cards, or maybe even both. Who knows? Maybe we got that 2K pack opening mojo today. We shall see. But while I'm opening, but I'll start off before I even tap this button. We had a little incident in 2K world. What was it? Tuesday night, Wednesday night? Actually, Tuesday night, right? 2K, LD2K, Chris Manning, Ronnie doing their their normal evening stream, doing the My Park normally. And it was a big day because it was supposed to be Carmelo Code, Pink Diamond Carmelo Code day. So everybody was excited. Normally the chat, normally the room has probably like 2,000 to 3,000 people. But this particular day we had 10,000 heads in there, all hungry. I mean, these cats was real hungry. This was, they was hungry like you just got off the plane in one of them poor sections of India or whatever, or South America, and you had the poor little children with their hands out, asking for money or a little candy or whatever. They was like third world hungry for this Carmelo Pink Diamond pack. It was nuts. So about halfway through the show, I guess Chris got a note, because the chat was text diarrhea. Everybody. I wasn't saying. I was watching the stream. I was into they were talking about some hoops. I like talking about hoops, so I was engaged with the stream. I'm a grown man. I'm listening to the conversation, but there was a lot of you little knuckleheads, and maybe a couple of you adults, on there kind of rude. Kind of doing this. Everybody was typing the word code. That's all you saw was code. It looked like them seagulls from Finding Nemo on there. It was just like code. Got code. Come on, man, give me the code. Yo, man, all I want to hear is the code. I don't want to hear about y'all talking about the basketball. Give me the code. It was crazy. I was going nuts on there with this code. So I guess Chris Manning decided he was going to, he said, you know what? I'm gonna get these cats. They gonna be rude. They ain't got no patience. They can't sit here for an hour for a Carmelo Code, listen to the conversation, be, mature individuals, because everybody wasn't adults. I'm playing a little rib on these cats. So he puts out the code. He throws the code into the universe, and myself and like everybody else, I had my little tablet ready. I was on deck. I had the tablet set for screen displays. Stays lit for 5 minutes. So when the code was dropped, I could just hop right in. Bit boom bow, put the code in. Possibly, hopefully I could type it faster than you little Mountain Dew with Red Bull with a splash of black coffee drinkers, so y'all, before these little kids could type the code out. So I was ready. I was on deck. So he puts the code out, and the last two digits were X. Was a X or no? It was a plus. And I was it didn't. I didn't pay it no mind at that time. And around the time that the code was thrown into the universe, the stream, I guess, like the stream stress was getting a little heavy, and the stream was cutting in and out. So I'm trying to listen to the stream. I'm trying to listen for audible cues, but I'm typing this code in. The code's not working. My TV was on a little too. I was at that point where like I was getting real frustrated. I'm like, yo, this code ain't working. The stream is cutting in and out. I don't know what's going on. Stress level was getting high. I got hot. I turned the volume down on the app because y'all know the app music is crazy anyway. I was getting a little flustered. And then after I tried a bunch of times. But like after a while, I figured out. I was like, wait a second, plus. I was like, this fool got us. He got us good. He pulled a fast one on us. Plus. I figured out that he left out the last 2 digits. At least that's my take on it. He trolled us. He trolled us good. And I figured it out. After about 5 to 10 minutes. Something like that, it didn't take too long. Probably, closer to the 5 because I'm a smart individual. And after about 5 minutes, I figured it out. And I'm trying to tell you cats in the stream, like, he's messing with us. But what I figured was, normally when they give the codes out, they don't give you the codes in the middle of the stream. That's just something they don't normally practice. So I figured he left 2 digits out on purpose. He was going to give us at the end of the stream. So, I watched till the end of the stream. Meanwhile, the whole time, everybody's all upset. Yo, look at the chat, bro. Code. Yo, look at the chat, Chris. Yo, check the chat. Yo, the code don't work. Yo, they had people crazy. They had 10,000 people going crazy. I'll give some of y'all the benefit of the doubt because I'll say like he had at least 9,500 of y'all losing y'all damn minds about this code, for the whole stream. Check the chat, and eventually, you see a little note pass on over to Chris and Ronnie. I don't think Ronnie was in on it, so Ronnie's cool. Ronnie's cool with it, but Chris was, he just put on this little smirk and he just kept it moving. Oh, word. We got Ray Allen in this motherfucker. I almost cursed. I don't know why I didn't, but PG for that second. We got Ray Allen in it. So Chris was smiling. Fast forward, the stream ends, and we ain't got no code. And people were so hurt. Like they was so, y'all was so hurt. It was like, it was like the Undertaker just got pinned by Brock Lesnar. That's how hurt people were. In the chats, they was losing their minds. They was like, hey man, I got basketball practice in like 20 minutes, and I waited here the whole stream, and I didn't get my where's the code? The code's broken. Could you pay attention to me, please? The code's broken. And I'm like, y'all been got. Y'all just got. Like who said that? R-Truth? Y'all just got. And y'all was going crazy. The chat was insane. I'm my dumb ass. I'm trying to tell people, y'all just been had. Y'all been bamboozled. Hoodwinked. And Chris, he just peaced out. He just dropped the mic and peaced. But he got y'all good. He got me, he got me good for a little second. But y'all was hurting. Y'all was real hurt. Like he hurt y'all's souls with that one. The thought of having, I'm sure if you put enough badges on your mellow, he obviously you can't use it in my team, but and the competitive aspects of my team, but you put enough badges on there, y'all. I'm sure a bunch of y'all running around with a pink mellow already. But I couldn't figure it out why everybody was so hurt. I mean, maybe I'm a little too insensitive to the situation, but I even said it on the chat. I'm like, yo, this is a free code. It's limited anyway. All 10,000 of us ain't getting the code. So what's the hubbub, bub? Why y'all so hurt? Y'all sat there for an hour to watch the stream. I mean, it ain't nice enough to present a stream in the first place. I'm getting some nice little. We get some nice little real estate here to sell. This stream is kind of nice right now. I'm feeling. I mean, this card pack up, not this stream. We ain't doing no stream. This pack up kind of nice, but y'all was hurting. And I stuck around for a while after most of the people pieced out after that. They was hurt. Meanwhile, while I was hanging out, I was still trying to work that code. I was trying to figure out, because like I said before, I'm smart. I'm a smart mofo. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, maybe I'm smart enough to figure out these last 2 digits. Because if I could figure it out now, when Friday come around, when the code drops from my man Mello, I already got him. So I'm Gucci. I'm nice on mine. Y'all can worry about all that. Because all I'm gonna do is not pass the. I'm up to the Charlotte Hornets now in domination. I've beaten them like at least 8 times now. But since you got to get a certain amount of points, I can't move on. And I changed my whole play style just trying to get ooh, I got some more. Try to get these points, but it's just not working. But yeah, that was a crazy day. There was people like, yo, unfollow Chris Manning. Yo, let's unfollow Chris Manning. Yo, hashtag unfollow LD2K. Yeah, I was like, yo, that's some corny. Y'all some corny ass bees, some bitches. Because it's not that serious. Y'all just got trolled. I'm sure all of y'all played jokes on somebody worse than that. And I thought it was pretty funny. I got a chuckle out of it. I was more frustrated with, in that 5 minutes than I was with the whole ordeal. Like, I was like, all right, he got me, but it's a free code. I probably wouldn't have got the card anyway. So, you got me. You got me. Hands, my hands up right now. I can't see him. But he got me. He got us all. And you know what it is? Ooh, damn. Man, we got some, nice real estate today. Real nice real estate. I'm feeling this. But yeah, he got us. Take your lump. Y'all learn your lesson. And we move on from it. If you don't got, pink diamond mellow, it's not the end of the world. The regular gold mellow card, I got him stacked up. The card is dope regardless. Go out there and just get that one. It's still mellow. He's still nice. He got a gravy turnaround jumper. Gravy. That junk is like automatic. So that was a good Tuesday. I was interested. Watch people lose their damn mind over a free code. That was fun. But let's get to these packs. You see, we're getting. We got that Ray Allen. Remember when Ray Allen first dropped? Ray Allen when he first dropped was hot. That card, that was the card, the ONYX card. So I got that card. Now, I don't really need them at this point, so I don't. People buying this card, I'm gonna try them out. I tried all my cards. I've tried out most of the cards in the game. Ooh, look, see, I got Damian Lillard. I'm making some nice money this time around. We're gonna do all right. We're gonna be eating tonight. Gonna have a little porterhouse steak, maybe a filet mignon. We're gonna be eating good tonight. But yeah, I'm trying him out, and I don't know if I'm gonna sell him or not, because he's not really worth as much anymore. But maybe I can sell, like, he's probably selling for like 60 if he's selling. So I'll probably hold on to him. But if he was worth more, I would have sold him like he was like one of them Kobe's, ONYX Kobe or something. I might sell them just to have, them MT assets, because it's good to have the MT assets. I got regular Kobe. You can use the MT assets to buy, like, the Ruby Kobe or something, because he's not that expensive. Instead of ONYX one, same difference. It's a different haircut, different badges. But all right, so we starting to, we still hot, but we not like ONYX hot right now. We had a little heat for a second there, but we not ONYX hot. Not ONYX hot. Do I have him? No, I don't have John Hudson. So we filled the slot finally. We don't have, we get a lot of duplicates when we buy these packs. It drives us crazy. What else do I want to talk about? I ain't just talking about these damn packs. one thing I wanted to address, I don't know if I addressed it before, if I did deal with it, we're talking about it again, is I don't think the historic players are treated with the same respect as the current players in this game, as far as especially as far as offensive skill sets. And you know, I know automatically. So let me just address this right away. As soon as you say historic player, somebody that ain't paying attention, is probably under the age of 17, is gonna say, if historic players are not addressed correctly, what about Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan ain't the only historic player in the game, people. You know, I know everybody wants to have the same overpowered, what they feel is overpowered. I guess by rating wise, they're all overpowered. But Michael Jordan wasn't the only dominant player back in the day. Yes, he was probably, you know, arguably the greatest. You know, depending on what generation player you ask, a person I should say, or player. But there was he was when Michael Jordan was around in the 80s and 90s. There was a lot of beasts, you know. There was a lot of lions running around with him. He wasn't the only one. Remember, he didn't win a championship every year. You know, he didn't win his first championship till what, like his 8th year or something like that. So 7th year or something to that extent. So there was, you know, and he didn't win it every year between. I remember he had to pause. You know, he had a little gap because he left around. But there was always, you know, he was always, you know, there was a lot of lions and African elephants and silverbacks and, you know, other predators looming. And I don't feel, especially with the 80s and 70s players, I don't think they are, you heard the way I said that? I don't think they are set up correctly, in my opinion. I don't think they're as dominant as they should be. Like, you know, like Alex English and who's the other player I had in mind? You know, George Gervin, you know, who's another? Adrian Dantley's. You know, there's a lot of guys. I'm just naming some of the ones that I have. Dale Ellis. You know, you look at their stats. You know their some of us know their pedigree. You know their backgrounds. And, you know, and we got the cards. You're like, oh, you know. Some people knew who they were. Some people just saw the stats, and even just looking at the stats, like Dale Ellis' stats. You know, you're like, whoa. You know, if you looked up Alex English's stats, him, you know, he was a beast. And you know, you get him in the game, and you're like, yo. You know, it's like, what's up with Alex English? You know, what's up with my man? You know, who's the other cat I had in mind from the Cavs? Larry, what? I can't even remember his name. Larry something. I had his name in my head before I was talking to my boy Cedric. But you know, these some of these legends that were dominant players. You know, these guys have put up numbers. When you play them, you know, in 2K, they, you know, their skills don't register because I guess like for some reason, like mid-range players in the game, they're just not that effective. As they should be. You know, back in the day, the mid-range game was the game. These guys were scoring 40 points. But mid-range, they weren't shooting 3-pointers. They was dropping, you know, nice mid-range jumpers and you know, and doing the layups and stuff, and then finger rolls and little hooks and stuff. And in this game, guys like that, fortunately I gotta sell this guy. Probably more money than I get from anyway. What you call it? You know, it doesn't translate into the game. They're not as dominant. They're let me just clear some space. They're not you know, they're not playing the way they should play, and it's disappointing. Like that, you know, only a handful of guys are treated with any respect in the game, and I think they should you know, maybe in the next game, you know, address things a little differently. Make all ththese guys that were hyenas and jackals and, you know, and beasts, you know, make them as dominant as you can. And I think that would you know, make your matchups a little more interesting too. You know, who you're playing. You know, I get tired of. I watch a lot of streams, and you know, everybody has the same lineups, especially when you're playing like the guys kind of at the top of the mountain, because I guess, you know, because they kind of have no choice. You know, they have to have Michael Jordan on the team. They gotta have I was gonna say Clyde Drexler, but he's not that good in the game. No, they gotta have Bill Russell. They gotta have the Kobe card. They gotta have the Hakeem, because the other cards aren't reflected properly. You know, you don't. I guess you don't see Ewing because he's rare, but I mean, like, there's just certain cards out there in the universe that should be more dominant than they are. You know, Sean Kemp. He was, you know, when he was, you know, not the heavy Sean Kemp, but the light Sean Kemp. He was a bad dude. You know, Gary Payton was a bad dude. Even though everybody has Payton in the game, I played with Payton. Maybe it was just me, but like he wasn't. You know, he was. I was shocked at how ineffective he was, and that's how it is with a lot of these guys. They're just very ineffective. It's like, you know, Dale Ellis. He's got like 90s for everything. 90s for everything. I think it is, like layup, mid-range, 3-point range. And like, I can't hit no shots with the dude. I'm like, if he's 90 with everything, why is nothing falling in? You know, this guy, you know, he should be dropping shots in the red if you're 90 at everything. And so, you know, it's crazy. It's very crazy. They need to show them a little more respect, I feel. Send him to the office. Yeah, I get a little bit for Tony Snell. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, and we only got one ONYX. I kind of wanted that, one of the two knotheads. You know, one of them two bean-headed Negroes, either Vince Carter or T-Mac Alicious. And y'all gonna give me Raymond Felton? Yo, that deserves that's a LD2K troll right there. When they start dropping Raymond Feltons on you. And I spent money for this MT, you know. It's like, y'all need to do me a little better than that. So I want to pull this card. So what we shall do is we're going to take a little breather. And we're going to come back, not on this video, because this video is very kind of long, 22 minutes. Y'all stuck with me for this long. I appreciate it. 22 minutes for pack open is crazy, but I had a lot to talk about. I had a lot. My jaw was yammering. So we're gonna take a pause for the cause. I'm gonna re-up. We're gonna come back and we're gonna try to get one of these two. We got to get one of these two. I kind of said, if I wanted to end my ONYX pulling career, it's just kind of good to end with one of these two. You know, T-Mac was an offensive machine, and Vince Carter was pretty nice too. I mean, there's probably better cards than Vince. Well, I haven't used them yet, but you know, just thinking on paper, kind of thinking like between the two players. You know, like T-Mac is like, I'm gonna drop 50 on you tonight. Vince Carter's like, I'm gonna give you 28, and I'm gonna dunk on you hard at least 5 times. So I want that T-Mac card. I want the 50. I want that 50-point score. I want the unstoppable guy to end my ONYX career with that card. Possibly, that would be that'd be a good day. So I'm gonna leave on that. I'm gonna re-up another video, part 2, the quest for T-Mac Alicious. Holla.